Good morning. Sorry, Sister Carmen, if you are able to start your video, can we test your site for a while? Good morning, Sister Carmen.
Hi, morning.
Hey, good morning, Sister Carmen. Good to have you on board. Is it possibility for you to on your video? We can see your face.
Yes, I'm trying, but I couldn't find. It's blocked. It's have been blocked, but I just opened the mic.
Okay.
I will try to use my mobile to open it.
Okay, but later how to share your PowerPoint? Maybe you can test your PowerPoint first. This side, maybe you can share. Maybe one side PowerPoint, then another way is another side is your mic. You see how? And
The PowerPoint.
okay.
The PowerPoint, yes. Can you see it?
Yeah. Later you just enlarge it now because we see your screen.
Yes.
Okay. I think your screen is okay. Later you just enlarge it. It's okay. Now it's a video. Okay. All the best.
Okay. Then I will try to use my mobile also. Maybe you can see my face too.
Okay. Cảm ơn sister.
Okay.
Okay.
PowerPoint was
Let us start now. A warm welcome to our masters, Brother Joe Huang, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma talk. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Sahara land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddha
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disasters in this world. Let us pray together for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our masters to lead us in paying homage to the triple gems. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Ching by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved Abode Masters who could join us today. And then today we have 3 sections of sharing. First, we have Brother Joe, will be sharing on Dharma, and then we will have Brother Leung and Sister Karman from Su Ching, Hong Kong, sharing on environmental protection of city in Hong Kong. And then the last one is Sister Florence who will be sharing on the spreading love in Nepal, my way of showing gratitude to Master. So before that, let us invite Sister Su Ching for the weekly summary. And then let us hand over to Sister Su Ching. Sister Su Ching, over to you. Karman.
Sister Leung. Okay. We get this done quickly. All right. So last week we had a lot of learnings. Margot was on. In Margot's world, a plea to all of environmental problems we heed the call. Solutions abound if we find the will to mend our planet and let it heal. Food systems are the culprit we must now face. From agriculture's grip, there is no hiding place. 1/3 of the world's emission, such as greenhouse gases, dark plight, biodiversity dwindles, turning days into night. Pollution, destruction, and ocean's cruel fate. In these knowledge, the truth we contemplate. We must change our diet and be mindful. Come on, let us strive to heal the earth and keep our planet alive. Every year, transboundary haze obscures the skies. This is Malaysia's burden, unhealthy air that stings our eyes. In 2022, a bleak truth we must endure. Every Malaysian soul is breathing air that is toxic and impure. 32,000 avoidable deaths annually. The cost is immense, they say, with Ringgit Malaysia, 303 billion lost in our GDP's dismay. Cancer, heart attack, high blood pressure, and lung disease. The haze, like invisible cigarettes, kill us silently. The quality of air is as if we smoked 23 cigarettes a day. That is quite a toll on the vulnerable, young, old, and pregnant souls. The crisis of the world's plastic grip we must confront, killing humans, animals, and earth in this senseless hunt. Out of control is production relentlessly flow, microplastics in everything, even babies we now know. In our bodies, hormone disruptors and forever chemicals reside. Hazardous plastic in everything is hard to hide. Ecosystems are now disrupted and wildlife consumes the dread. Injustice prevails from plastic dumping as lower income communities are misled. To bear the weight of plastic weighs heavy toll. We must seek solutions and heal to keep our bodies whole. False solutions the plastic industry claim in oil and gas embrace. Recycling is but a farce, just about 10% get recycled anyway. Single-use plastics is the real trouble we now confide. Biodegradable plastic is false hope as to landfills they finally hide. In the realm of real solutions, we find our way. A slow circular economy can lead us to a brighter day. Rethink, reuse, refuse, and reduce, we must insist. Recycle and repurpose, become a true environmental beast. Hopes at hand, a global plastic treaty is now finally in discussion. It is never too late for us to relook at what is truly important. Together with government's policies, let us collectively as individuals must care. Let us change our consumption habits for the planet to repair. Then we had Brother Lee, who is a dentist from Taiwan, and he took a journey to Sabah in East Malaysia. So this is read as if spoken by Brother Lee. Since 1992, with Tzu Chi, I've walked the path, from university days to now armed with a dental craft. Most recently, I went to Sabah's stateless community, a world unknown to me. 8 days in Sabah was a journey to experience and see. I went to train teams to teach about oral hygiene. Simple steps to health is keep your mouth clean. I was taken instead with the children, stateless, but you can't tell as their hearts are so pure. Thankful to the Tzu Chi school, which is a learning sanctuary secure. When we visited the students' homes, it was a stark contrast you'll find. Dirty and difficult to maneuver, and oh, the stench of a different kind. Used to it, an old grandma, to me she bravely told. Precarious bridges and treacherous paths unfold. Back in the schools, with the children we meet, the irony of singing the Malaysian anthem with manners we'd read. Filled with innocence and potential, they brightly gleam. A possible future with the existence of the Tzu Chi school is their radiant dream. Kan En for listening to me. I will stop share right now and hand over to Brother Chin to introduce the next speaker. Brother Chin, over to you.
Good morning, Sister Su Ching. Thank you. Good morning, brothers and sisters. We have I can see earlier, we had a rather busy morning this time around. So let me firstly get Brother Joe to come in. Brother Joe, are you logged in here? All right, Brother Joe, it's been a while since we last virtually met. So we look forward to your sharing. Brother Joe doesn't need any introduction, so go straight ahead, Brother Joe.
Okay, thank you, Brother Ching. And yeah, it's indeed been a while. I look back to the last time I shared with the English group, and it was about 3 months ago. And looking back to the entire 2023, and there were only 3 times. Okay, so my apologies for not being making myself available to all of you. And after all, you know, we go way back, and so thanks to Sister Su Ching to always never stopping, and always making sure that do I have time this coming week, and it's been always delaying because every time there's something happening. So thank you for having me, and just listening to Sister Su Ching's poetic reiteration of the sharings from the past week. I think it's wonderful how we're now getting all different sorts of different speakers and different sharings. One thing that did caught my mind was the part about the environmental issue, and it was very, very clear about the air quality, about the microplastic, and our ecosystem. So that's something to do with what I'm going to share today. So let me just share with you today's topic. So it has been a while, And but I do want to go back to what we've been talking about, which is the Lotus Sutra. And we spent some time in chapter 2, and now I think we can always dig deeper and dive in further. But today I wanted to talk about something that is probably that's very close to all of us. And I was going to talk about the environmental issues, but I heard the summary by Su Ching, and I thought it was very close to what I wanted to share today. So today I'm talking about the third chapter, the parable. And what do we always know about the parable, about this chapter, right? So we remember this chapter mostly as the burning house, right? We remember the story about the burning house. We remember that the elder had to make sure that the children from the big house or the mansion had to escape to safety. And we remember that the children either did not realize that there was a fire going on, or they know of the fire, but they did not think of it as anything that's dangerous or life-threatening. And therefore, the children have no reason and no drive to leave the house, to depart for safety. So the elder had to think, or the father had to think of ways to try to entice or try to lure and try to convince the children to come out of the burning house. Now, that's the thing that we've been, the main storyline, right? So I'm sure most of you, probably all of you, have heard these stories and the parable before. And so the father eventually used 3 carts full of toys and full of things that the children already expressed that they wish to have, their desire to have. So in a sense, the father used a skillful means to lure the children out of the house, out of danger, into safety. And towards the end, there were no 3 carts, there were only 1. And that 1 cart was the one that has all the things, rather than separating into 3 different categories of things. And that was the parable of this chapter 3. And obviously the Buddha went on to explain further about what does the 3 cart represent and what does the burning house represent, etc., etc. Today, I wanted to focus more, not on the story, but in the specific details of the story. So there's so much more always, because as the Buddha and also our master had already shared with us, that the point of the parable is not the parable itself, but what it actually represents. It's not the story and the parable itself that is important, but the symbolic meaning of all the things that's within, and how it is that we sort of see the connectivity of all the things that's in the story to the real thing that the Buddha wanted us to see. Now, it is debatable that do we really know what the Buddha was really trying to say? However, as we dig in deeper, maybe, just maybe, that we will be enlightened with more than what we see from the story on the surface. And I think that was what the Buddha had in mind, that there was no set answer. There was probably an idea that the Buddha wanted to guide us. There was probably a path that the Buddha wanted to lead us on. But the most important thing is, it's an open field after the door is open. The Buddha gave us the story and then wanted us to go deeper, wanted us to go further, wanted us to see wider, more than what was just in the story. The Buddha wanted to, the Buddha opened the door for us so that we could see what's outside the house, rather than just looking at the door and looking at the doorknob and explain the doorknob, but rather Buddha wanted us to see what's beyond the door. And that's the point of the parable. The Buddha pointed to the parable as a way to see, to tell us, look beyond, follow my finger and look beyond where I'm pointing, not looking at my finger and explain in detail what my finger look like, but rather look through where I am pointing to. And I think that's what the parable is trying to say. So there is so much more than just what the Buddha said from the text. There's so much more than what we could receive from the parable if we were willing to sort of go in deeper. And even this, I don't even think this is deep at all. This is just trying to look beyond the pointed finger. This is trying to look beyond, maybe just about one step out of the door, trying to get in deeper. But it's a beginning. It's sort of the first step, the very, very baby steps of what we're trying to do. So this is what I'm trying to do in chapter 3. I mean, we're trying to go in a little bit more so that we could sort of get more out of it. So in chapter 3, we know about the story, and let's try to figure out what else is there. And we probably already know this, but I think there's so much more into this that I hope that today's topic, today's sharing, will also act as a door opener. Rather than trying to get us to see what the door looks like, let us try to stir up that interest to figure out, so then what does it actually mean? And what does it actually entail? And hopefully we will be able to get a much bigger sense of what the view is like beyond the door, beyond the window. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about what else is there in chapter 3 of the Lotus Sutra. Now, as I mentioned, the real story, the story begins to go deep in detail. Okay, so at the first part of the chapter 3, the Buddha spent time talking back and forth with Sariputra, the main protagonist, if you will, that is going through changes. If you see any story, if you see any movie or read books about certain stories, the protagonist is the one where the life's journey, the journey actually takes on forms in different twists and turns. And there is a progression in the character that is the protagonist. So you might think that the Buddha is the protagonist. Well, in a way, Buddha is the narrator. Buddha is the one, not so much the narrator, but Buddha is the one that is driving the story forward. But the one that is experiencing the character shifts or the changes in perspective or changes in growth, probably in the first few chapters, is going to be Shariputra. So after the Buddha finishes explaining in very, very simple terms and speaking to Shariputra, because Shariputra's name was called several times directly by the Buddha. Then there are going to be the stanzas or short phrases, poetic phrases, stanzas. That are going to be sort of reiterate the meanings. And usually when you see this, it's actually a lot more in depth, and it's actually a lot longer than the actual phrases that were spoken about the topic. So at this time, after the Buddha had already expounded the stories of the burning house and the 3 cards, the Buddha reiterated the meanings, and then with the following stanza. So this is going to go in deeper, and you would think that after so long, after the Buddha had already explained the stories, why would the Buddha have to reiterate again? Well, that's where the detail is. This part that comes, it sort of gives you the overview of the story. There's a house, there's an old person, and there are these children, and it's burning, and they don't want to come out. So the old person fears for their lives. So what is he going to do? He thinks left, he thinks right, he thinks ups and down. He doesn't know what to do. And then he thought, maybe I should do this, and it didn't work. And then he did something else more, and it worked. And the children asked him, "You're lying." And the old person said, "No, I'm not lying. And let me explain to you why." So that was the overview of the story. Now it gets into the details. And it's from this detail that we're able to finally have this bridge from the parable or the fantastical story that we're hearing, the connecting bridge to who we are and this world that we live in. So let's begin. So to reiterate the story, the stanzas now talks about a man has an old house, large but very infirm. Its terraces are decaying and the columns rotten at their bases. I really love how, this is only one of the many translations available that I've seen online. And I like this because the person that translated this wrote it in such a way that is truly trying to do justice to the original form that's in Chinese. And you can imagine that the original translation from Sanskrit to the Chinese, it was actually an effort done by the emperor. The emperor basically provided living spaces, residence, provided pay, and provided prestige to the scores of translators that were helping with the effort to translate the Buddhist text. And Lotus Sutra was one such that was done by such grand effort. And during that time, the effort was so grand that they had so much prestige that they were able to attract all the most renowned, the people with the literature background, and they are the most educated and they're the most renowned people with this educated background to be able to do the translation. It's not just the translation. You have the translators that were able to translate the meanings. You have the monks that studied the Sanskrit, and they were able to do the first level of translation, telling the people the meanings. And what the emperor then found was that there was a lot more group of people who were very well versed in the Chinese language. They were very well versed and they were very well learned, that they were able to listen to the meaning that was translated by the monk and the main translators. And then they were able to come out with these very elegant sentences and stanzas. And that's what we have in Chinese. That is why after thousands of years, the translated text, after hundreds of years, the translated text remain as is. There's no further effort to translate it again from Sanskrit to Chinese, because the Chinese version of it was already the result of all the brightest minds, the people of the brightest mind in Chinese language, in terms of poetry, in terms of all this the very refined parts of the language, spoken language and written language, to be able to write this masterpiece. Okay, so I don't believe that there is any, I don't believe right now that there is any one English translation that would be sort of be able to stand toe to toe with the way that it was translated in terms of Chinese, because the effort that was put into it was just, it was done by the effort of the entire empire. And you collect all the brightest minds of that time, not just in terms of understanding the sutra, that was by the monks that were sort of relaying the teachings, but it was done by the literates that were the class that were most learned in this language, and they used the best characters and you know, basically something that by now that it's all lost in us. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go back to the content. So the translation, I think, in English was adequate. It tells enough of the story, but the way that the Chinese that was translated, I think it was just not just the work of faith, it's a work of art. It's truly something that stands above time, because it stands beyond the test of time. Okay, so now let's go back to the story. A man has an old house, large but very infirm. Its terraces are decaying and the columns rotten at their bases. Okay, so in Chinese, there's a lot more to it than what we just read here in English. It's pretty good already. It's good. I should not say good or bad. It's something that's very adequate already. And I appreciate it. I'm very grateful. In Chinese, there are a lot more characters in here that I don't even know how to read, how to pronounce, because it's just that difficult. The wording are beautiful. The sentence structure, the poetry structure is just very, it's elegant. So we're trying to tell the story of the old house that is in decay. And the windows and balconies are partly ruined. The wall, as well as its covering and plaster, decaying. The coping shows rents from age. The thatch is everywhere pierced with holes. So it tells you a very, very dire situation of this structure. The physical structure itself is horrible. It's going to decay. And it goes into detail about all the different parts of the house that is in decay. So right away, we already see the huge difference, right? At first, we just talked about burning house. The house is burning, and that was it. There was no mentioning, not much mentioning of the exact structure. It's not descriptive about how the house was decaying or how the house was burning. It just tells you it's dangerous, it's burning. You know, when the house is on fire, you don't really go in and technically go through all the parts and say, the house, the plaster, wow, look at it. It's decaying, it's coming off, it's peeling off. And the windows are partly ruined. Interesting. No, the house is burning. You see the fire. You don't go into the burning house and see, look at the markings on the door. Wow, it's wonderful. You don't do that, right? But here you get to see a lot more details. And the Buddha did this with meaning. The Buddha wanted you to see that this is very close to the house that we live in. He wants you to see all the details in this house, because that's how you see your house. That's how you see your world. That's how we're connected. So the details from this part is the connectivity from the Dharma to our everyday life. Without such details, we would just, renegade it and to say, it's a house, it's a burning house. What else do you want? Well, it's a burning house, but look at it. There are pictures on the walls. There are you know, and right away you begin, you know, there's a kitchen counter and you can imagine people eating on it. You can imagine there is a dining table, there's a sofa, there's a TV, and then right away you have in your mind something very, very concrete, your home. You remember your family eating at the dining table. You remember your family in the living room, enjoy a movie together. You remember going in and out. You remember going up the stairs into the bedrooms. You remember how everything is. I remembered it. So the moment that the houses began to be very descriptive, that's the time when we are now very connected to the story. Because without this connectivity, we would just be listening to it as a story. We would just be looking at it through a different lens, thinking of it as somewhere else in the heavens, someplace there's an old man, there's a 500 kids. I mean, who is gonna have 500 kids, right? So right away, it's very detached from our world. But the descriptiveness of the story of this house now resembles our house. The walls, the covering. We'll always remember that when there are places that has water damage, there's going to be coverings and plasters on the walls, on the walls, they're going to be decaying, right? They're peeling off, right? There's all these signs of age. So that's what this story is trying to be. It's now trying to be very descriptive. And let me tell you that there are 16 characters in Chinese from this part, right? And I can tell you that half of those characters I cannot read, I cannot pronounce. I might be able to guess what it means, but I really don't know how to read them. And why is that? Because these characters represent a very, very descriptive parts of the very specific part in the house, in the structure itself. And it's trying to tell you that there's so much detail that the Buddha was going in detail. The Buddha isn't just going to go give you some overview. The Buddha is now going to go deep, and it's going to tell you that, let me show you how much I know. Don't just think of me as someone who tells stories. I'm actually as well versed as an architect to be able to share with you all the structures of the house and all the conditions that it could be in. So there's so many things that's happening right now, not just the levels of connectivity that we slowly have with this house as we look deeper and closely looking at the house, but also Buddha sort of shows you that you just think of me as somebody who tells stories, right? No, I'm going to tell you, I know what I'm talking about, and I'm going to use all these terms that you probably never heard of just to show you that I know the structure of a house like I'm an architect, okay? Okay, so let's continue. It is inhabited by no less than 500 beings, containing many cells and closets filled with excrements and disgusting. Okay, so we're shifting from a very physical description of the house and very detailed description of the house into living beings. So the house is a material made of non-living objects. Then now we're slowly shifting to the inhabitants. So there are no less than 500 beings. And not only that, we saw the decaying of the house. Now we're seeing the actual results of the 500 beings doing, right? It's filth, it's filthy. It's filled with excrement, and it's just disgusting. So we're not talking about the house is falling. We're not talking about the house is burning. We're talking about it's dirty, it's disgusting. Why? Because there are 500 people living in it. So the descriptive details is the evidence of decay of this house and why. There are 500 beings living within. And the space is filled with excrements and it's very disgusting. So that's what we hear right now, right? That's what we're seeing right now. And I think it's very important to sort of make that connection, to see the descriptiveness of the house And then we begin to see why the house is in such decay. Well, it's because 500 beings living in it. It's also because that these people are not taking care of this house. Well, how do you know that? Well, because this place is filthy. It's filled with excrements. It's all these problems, right? So 2 important takeaways. And I see that the time is almost up. So before I go into the next part, there are 2 very important takeaways, right? Number 1, the house is in decay. And then number 2, 500 beings are mainly responsible. So the house is in decay. And I wanted to tell you that there is no house in this world that is not going to decay, right? This is going to happen regardless of the 500 beings in the house is going to decay. The plasters, the coverings, they're going to be peeling off, right? It's going to show signs of age. That is just the law of nature, right? That you're going to go through formation, you're going to go through existence, you're going to go through disintegration. That's where we are right now. And eventually it's going to fall apart and it's going to go away, emptiness, right? So this is going to happen regardless. So at first, there was only descriptions of a house that's in decay. You didn't know why. You just sort of go into this forest and you see a wooden cabin and it's decay. That was sort of the story starts as the house that's in decay. However, however, it's not only that, because you open the door to the cabin and then you all of a sudden see there are actually people living in it. And then the more you see, the more you realize the house is in decay because there are all these people living in it. They're not taking care of it. Just like what we saw in the environmental issues, right? You have all these people living in it, and the number of occupancy increases by tenfold, right? Getting more and more people living in it. It's jam-packed. And the people in it are not following rules. They're not following rules, and therefore it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So it's in decay. The process was made worse by the living beings that's occupying that space, right? So that's why we see from the text, containing many cells and closets filled with excrements and disgusting, right? So the Buddha further explains why this happens. And so we'll leave that to the next time when we meet again, because the time's up. But I just wanted to share with everybody that even something like this, if you look deeper and you examine it, you really get to see that it's not just a burning house. The Buddha was trying to explain there are many things wrong with this place. And it's not just that it's burning, that it's going through decay. And many parts are decaying. It's not just the pillars are falling apart. It's not just the foundation. It's the walls, the covering, the plaster, the roof, the terrace, the fence, the balcony, the windows. Every part of it represents something. And it's trying to get us closely connected to our homes. How would you take care of your home if you see the walls, the paint is falling off? How would you take care of your window if the sliding window is not working anymore? Are you just going to let it be, or are you going to fix it? Well, the problem is there's nobody living in it, then the house is going to go through decay. Yes, but the problem is there are people living there, and not only are they not taking care of it, they're making it worse. You're not fixing the windows, you're not fixing the doors, you're not fixing the refrigerator, and not only that, but you're making it a lot worse by jamming the door, by breaking the windows. That's what's happening. Okay, so that concludes my sharing for today, and I appreciate all these opportunities to be able to share with all of you. And I wish that there's that we get to see all the parts of the sutra that really dives in and connected with our lives and be connected with our lives, and so see so much truth behind it. And as I mentioned, Buddha opened the door. The rest of us, the rest is left to us to walk the path, go beyond the door, not just look at the door, but go beyond the door to see what's out there. Thank you, and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Karman, Brother Joe, for your insightful sharing. I like the point about the pointed finger. Don't look at the pointed finger. and look at the direction to enter the Dharma door, obviously hoping that beyond the door will lead us to liberation. And I like the metaphor of the burning house, of course, represent our deluded minds, and all the windows around that reminds me of our sensory consciousness, and leading obviously to our 5 skandhas that you've got to be very mindful of. Thank you so much, Brother Joe. We hope you should have more time, and please do come back often. All right, so we need to move on. So we've got 2 more sessions. The next session, we're all the way from Hong Kong. We got this sharing on the environmental protection of Su Ching in Hong Kong. It's going to be a very interesting sharing by both Brother Leung Wing and Sister Karman Si Manhe. Now, I know that you got a lot of slides. I hope you have enough time for us to listen to you got until 8 o'clock. So, and I'm sure that you will also, there's a lot of lessons I think that we can learn from them, how they reach out and spread out that message across Hong Kong. All right, to the brother and sister, Brother Kam, thank you so much.
Good morning and good evening for all the dear brothers and sisters. This is Cam from Hong Kong, and today we also bring you our center manager, Karman, here to share the environmental protection of Hong Kong for the past decade. So now I would like to share our slide first. It's okay to see our slide here?
Yes, Brother Kam. We can see the slides. We can see the slides.
Yeah. Today we would like to share about the environmental protection of Hong Kong for the past years. First, here, you can see the picture. It's all the environmental protection jobs started here. Actually, this is the liaison office of in Taiwan, which is inside our Sa Tin district. And we opened this liaison office in 2003. And I would like to tell you that at the very beginning of the EP, what I call short form EP, we have no facility, and we don't know how to do it at the beginning. This is the private car. It is my private car. At the very beginning, I just used my private car to collect the recycling material all around the district by our brothers and sisters. So this is a very, very early stage. Then thanks for the group of our brothers and sisters. They have a great ambitions to further work on the environmental protection in Hong Kong. So we need to have place to carry out. So in 2009, our Taiwan liaison office has changed to be the education center. So we start moving on. And here you can see we carry out the sorting, recycling the bottles, and also act as an education center for schools, community organizations. They come here to learn how to recycle. And however, because of the limitation of the area of the building, there's no direct road to the entrance of our center. So our volunteer need to deliver the recycled material to the nearby road at almost 5 minutes for the road. Then having the first education center, the first nighttime mobile recycling spot has also set up in Mayfu in 2010. And this is the volunteers. And because of the nighttime mobile recycling spots, many people, especially for those working group and for those families, they can join recycling at night. So, which inspire many people, and finally they become our volunteers. Then in 2011, I think this is the very first project that Chiji Hong Kong worked with our government. Our government invited Chiji to operate this plastic material delivery center. What we can call it is the pilot run of Hong Kong environmental protection scheme in the future. So what we are doing here is to try to help to collect the plastic recycling material from other communication, from other community, other organization, such as schools, companies, something like that. Then we deliver the recycling material to the factory in new territories. And also, I would like to share that in Hong Kong, our environmental protection is really under the help of our silver-haired volunteer. Actually, they are our precious, because without these volunteers, I think we are not acting like now in Hong Kong. They have simple mind. They just want to save the world, care about our next generation, and just want to keep a clean earth. Volunteers also act as a driver for our trucks. And here's one of the corner of our education center with the retired elderly people come here to join the recycling. And this is our sister Lim Fak Jin. Is very good as leading domestic helper. So she encouraged those domestic helper to join the recycling. And this is one of the picture in our Taiwan education center. And this is also the volunteer. They look young, but actually they are not young. They're almost 70, 80 volunteer. They just joined doing the sorting and recycling. And of course, for the recycling mobile spot, we also add as the education to our citizens, so how we can join the Green Life. And you can see how we are doing in the street. Then we have besides the Taiwan education center, we have another education center set up in Quarry Bay in 2011. Having this center open, many international schools or schools nearby, they come here to learn how to do the recycling works. you see. This kid also invite his classmates to come here on his birthday, which is very good. He said that this is what he wanted to do on her birthday. Then we have the next step. This is the green community. This project is bring out by our Hong Kong government. By bidding the tender, Hong Kong Su Ching have got the contract of operation from 2020 December 20 to 2023 March 31. This is the first contract that will operate these recycling stores in Coral Bay. And this is the Secretary of Environmental Protection Department of Hong Kong government. Mr. Wong come here for the opening of our recycling stores. This is the new recycling store in Hong Kong at that moment. There's only 22 recycling stores at the beginning, but in 18 districts. This is a brand new recycling store funding by the government, but operate by NGO such as Su Ching. So people can come here for the recycling, and they can earn the green points. The green point is is to encourage people to join the green life, bring the recycling material here for recycling instead of just throwing away as rubbish. And you can see people are very supporting. They queue outside the store. And this is a very good place for the families. Father, mothers, and children come here for the recycling. And you can see parents can teach them how to recycle and sorting. And also schools nearby, they come here to learn how it operates. They also bring their own recycling material here. And for the mobile recycling spot, this is in North Point. And we also support, thanks for the supporting of our Su Ching volunteer. Then we can help the job in the street. And some recycling spot even open in the morning at 8 o'clock. Is very early, just fit for the working group. And besides the recycling, we also have our education program, such as vegetarian cooking class, and also for the handicraft workshop to further promote the environmental protection in the district. And also thanks for the volunteer of Su Ching on duty. They also help teaching the citizens and the people how they can recycle in our recycling stores. And this is Brother Fong, which is the what we can call is the oldest store manager to manage the daily operation of the store. Brother Fong has just retired 2 months ago. And this is the daily operation of the store. Our staff will help the people and the citizens for the sorting and to weighing the recycling for the green ponds. And also we will have a sorting at the back of the store. And what we hear, I will also talk about the Hong Kong Su Ching, that the EP, the environmental protection, plus our charity. This is Down syndrome workers we hired. I think this is a good practice that we hire these workers here. They I can tell you that they are very pure mind and they are hardworking. They love working here because we teach them how to do the recycling, the sorting, and the job, and we give them chance to working here to earn money, which is they can hardly have the chance outside the city. And we just work like a family. And our Su Ching volunteers, such as Sister Su Ching, is also act like their mother, with the mother of heart to teach them not just working here, but bring their love and spread out. So they have their individual bank for the donation. And we also giving a working chance for our brothers and sisters in need. And besides, actually, these two ladies is our staff, but having the chance to work in the Su Ching recycling store, they also joined the training course. And I can tell you all that Sister Chen and both sisters will be certified as our members this end of the year. And the left is our sister Su Ching. She just leading the recycling store and join and helping to bring out the working family here and join together with the volunteer and our staff. So actually we are one team, volunteers and our staff, they work as one team. And this is the past result of our operation of the recycling store. Actually, nowadays, the quarterly visitor is already exceeding 70,000 people. That means almost more than 1,000 people visiting our recycling store. And the quarterly recycling volume is 116 tons. But actually, this is only for the first contract. And then this is the outside of our recycling store, and we also even have our recycling truck, also funded by our government. And we have the next page. Here, I would like to talk about our next page is where we have our Su Ching Environmental Protection Action Center in our Taiwan. As I mentioned before, here is our liaison office. But what I can tell you that this is really an historical building built in 1954 as a free school at that moment. And in 2002, luckily, with the mercy of Master Leung from Jilin, they donate this school to Su Ching. So after renovation, we opened as our liaison office in 2003. So as I mentioned, this building is already built since 1954. almost 70 years old next year. So there's many, actually the buildings already have many problems of the old age. So the team, you can see the crack of the wall and the wood and the frame. So the Hong Kong team decided to have a overall renovation of the building. And this is progress. And we start the construction in 2020. It is actually the COVID-19 stage, but the Hong Kong team put our greatest effort to carry on the project for the renovation. And the whole project of renovation take more than 6 months. And this is the progress. So after 6 months, you can see the difference of the original look of the building and the building nowadays. And the design, the building we got 2 floors. And for the renovation, our architecture already suggests us to invest on the solar energy. So in the whole roof, we install the solar panel. And we also have the recycling, ring recycling in the building. And we also have DIY bricks for the renovation. And in the center, we also show our Su Ching green building material, such as the interlocking bricks, and also for the eco-plastic. And this is actually the reception of our center. The decoration of the reception, we just use the recycling plastic wood floor. And this is one of the corner of the center. And our center actually is applying the green architecture theory for the renovation. And instead of using wood, we use bamboo for the decoration, such as the bamboo floor and the wood frame and the door frame. And also we use palm fiber board for the exhibition hall, and using green environmental paint. And that's why in 2021, we have earned a Green Building Award from Hong Kong Green Building Committee. Let's talk about the design of the exhibition. And here, actually, at the very beginning of the design of the exhibition center, we luckily to have a green team of designer and the curator. They give help on the design of our exhibition. We have a weekly progress meeting for the design and for the installation. And you can see the progress through many working meeting. We do the construction and how to set up the exhibition hall. And for the installation, actually we only take 2 months, about 2 months for the installation. It's very in a hurry. And here I will also share that we apply the construction site culture of Su Ching. That means all the workers here, we surprise the vegetarian meal, and also we strictly force that no workers can be smoked inside our center. But I can tell you, the workers love to having our vegetarian meal in the center, because they said that it's good to help their health and they are really delicious. And this is the installation of the setup of the first exhibition, the woodwork. And we also thanks for our Su Ching volunteers such Sister Su Ching and Han Mei for the proofreading. And our exhibition is we got 3 C's. That is common understanding, common consensus, and collective action. Here I will bring you to the center. This is the biggest hall we call Planet Hall. Here we further tell people what our Mother Earth is going on today. Do they know our Mother Earth got sick? We, as one of the human beings in the Earth, we need to coexist with the Earth. So there's a sign, a statement on the floor. Today is today is the sum of the past, and today is the history of the future. To bring them, just to bring out the awareness of the people about our Mother Earth. And we also tell the consequences of the ecological imbalance of our Earth, so leading to the 4 natural disasters, wind, water, fire, and land. Their origin is come from global warming. And this is the wind disasters. Water, we need to save water. Fire, and for the land, here we have an interactive art piece called Karman, We Worries. And the artist is this young guy called Chris. The theory is to apply the carbon footprint each year and average global temperature to set up this art piece. People can touch the bamboo. They are made by the stainless steel, but just add as a bamboo they can touch, because it shows you different level of temperature of our Earth, so that you can feel that, oh, really, nowadays our Earth is getting sick and boiling. So knowing the actual situation of our Earth, we need to have a common consensus that we need to clean up at the source, the purifier source, to join the green knife. But how and what next? So here in the hall, we talk about the 6 R, and also including the respect. This is what we suggest our people, how we can change our life to green life. But the conclusion is that we need to act now. We don't want people come here just for sightseeing. We want to inspire, to bring their awareness of Mother Earth, and finally, eventually, take action. Then secondly, we have another dye technology room to show our technology of Su Ching, how to reduce waste and recycling the bottle, making products. And also we bring out demonstration. And we also introduce the fabric backboard. This is really very new technology for people. And of course, our blanket also show them they can feel how good is our blanket. We also tell them that we have shared the blanket to the homeless in Hong Kong also. This is Jingxi Humanistic Culture Room. Of course, we need to tell people who we are and what is Chu in Hong Kong. Also, this is also our shop that people can buy Jingxi products. And this is the ethical eating room where we promote vegetarian meals. We open a cooking class, and also this is a multi-purpose room. We also carry out a handicraft workshop. This is the overall exhibition room of our center. And we have our grand opening in 2021, December. And if you, brothers and sisters, you want to check out our center, you are welcome to click inside the website here. And that's all for our sharing about the setting up of our center. It's time to have our center manager, Karman, to share the daily operation and the current status of our center.
Hello, morning.
Yeah.
Morning. Okay, let me share my screen first. Wait a minute. Is it okay to see that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, and good evening. Thanks for the sharing, and thanks for giving us a chance to share about the Hong Kong status. So, as mentioned by brother Kim, this is a new page in Hong Kong. Our center, TCEAC, has been launched by the year of 2021 and has been funded by Hong Kong Jockey Club Charity Trust. So you can see the Jockey Club logo. And then this is a new phase for the center that's mentioned by Brother Kim after the renovation. We can say that this is a new approach from the past to the present. Oh, maybe I can show you our song after our center song after the presentation. Then, okay, let me click at the next page because it's a little bit time consuming. So we all know that Hong Kong is a busy city. So we concerned about this with high density. We want people to feel free and relax when they arrived at our center. So that we, Brother Kim explained with this is green architecture. We use the green building. That's where we hope people can connect with the nature at the first sight and love the planet and love our place. Just like the slogan said, communicating with us in the silent. First sight, love nature and protect the environment. To feel it and learn it and take action together. So that's why our building called Green Building and called Green Architecture. We aim to connect and communicate with people in a silent way. So that's why you can see our slogan that repeat again is common understanding and common consensus and collective action. Okay, since brother already explained a lot of interior design. This is called green architecture. This is about aesthetic design. The aim, we want to let people connect with nature before to study our recycling story in Hong Kong. This is increase the occupant connective to the nature environment. And we do want our people and the visitor to enjoy the moments of peaceful from the city. Because as I explained, Hong Kong is a very busy city and has high density. So this is a part, and then the green building is a part of one of our guided tour. Okay, and then that what is transforming ways to useful? Let me select some from the previous slide that provided by Brother Leung. Okay. let's talk about, I select some, like bamboo, yes. We are focusing on sustainable and reusable. So from the photo, we can see that we use bamboo instead of wood. This is because sustainable issue. We are thinking about bamboo is a type of the grass that can grow fast and keep sustainable growing, not same as tree. And then other things, just like brother Kim explained before, we invest for the solar energy. This is safe of the renewable energy and come from the sun. And then this is clean and sustainable power from the earth. So all the center, we use solar energy instead of others, instead of the traditional electricity. Because solar energy, we think about it does not release greenhouse gases or pollution into the atmosphere. And then also it can reduce the carbon footprint and combat the climate change. So we're concerned about this. We also just explained, we also use the rainwater collection tank. Although this is a small tank, but we said that we need to sharing and then educate the visitor and the citizen how to do it in their daily life. So we use the tank to clean the floor and planting in the center. This is a demo for the visitor. And then also, at last, I select the DIY bricks. This is, as explained, this is come from our original building before the renovation, and then tailor-made with our Chi volunteer together to transform in a new decoration. Just you can see it in the picture. This is such beautiful. We think that everything, it will have a second life if we can use it and reuse it in better ways. So this is our center. This is simple, but we think it is meaningful. And the second, let me see the time. And the second, we want to talk about the program we in Hong Kong. The program we call is being in the heart. We believe that sharing and education is very important, especially in Hong Kong. There are high density and then so many people grouped together. Sharing is the best way, which is human to human. And then after that, the final aim, we want people to work together and protect the environment, not just talk or by teaching like just in the past education. So the final aim we repeat is want to common understanding, common consensus, and collective action. So we talk about what is doing in the action program is target. This is human to human. Let's have a look for 2-year statistic, and then it's including the pandemic period, which is closed in 2021 and sometimes in 2022. So this is amazing for the statistic. Our visitor from the digital platform already reached 480,000 and then keep going. And then our center visitor is more than 17,000 already, because in October now also keep going. And then tour visitor, which is including school and charities and even Hong Kong government and some private company, just like Coca-Cola and then other listed company, more than 4,500 visitors up to September. And this is amazing number because I mentioned the number already include the pandemic period from 2021 to 2022 as a big bomb increasing after the pandemic period when the city reopened. Okay, let's talk about our service. We concern and focus 3 categories. One is environmental education, and the second one is community service, and the third one is vegetarian food and humanities. Oh, what is this? Okay, this is easy to have a look for the photo first. We are, for the environmental education, we covered a diversity of environmental topics. We emphasize to the student and to the school and to the principal and even to the young couple and the kids. We say play to learn is very important. And for the adult and for the citizen, we emphasize this is live to learn how to love your planet, to learn how to protect, because we think that if just teaching and then keep saying, it is not very useful sometimes, because so many attractions from nowadays. We want to put it into their daily life, become the eco-friendly human inside their blood. So we provide multi-education programs, such as, you can see that we group guided tour visit, and we have talks, and we have eco-friendly workshop, and we have promotion booth, and we also have the eco market. Let me go deeply. Okay. Any other topics is community service. This is another service, protecting the environment and take action together. So how to take action together? We also say that we can see information from the photo. Just like Brother Kim said, we are concerned and we have a lot of silver-haired volunteer. You can see that inside the center, we have two songs. The first song is inside the center for the recycle. The bottom of the left corner, this is the silver-haired citizen that learn how to recycle inside the center, how to separate the recycling item. This is a very positive impact, and to let the elderly can have a happy life after the retirement. They can build a community through our program. And the next picture, then also the student from the public school, they learn how to classify the items, because we let them to practice and then let them to pray. Then we think it is very helpful to let them when they to let them do it and repeat this habit when they're back to school or back to their daily life. And then also the next picture is some adult and from the private company. They're also learning how to recycle and how to separate, diversify the items. And at the bottom, we also have, we say walk together. We also have eco station to educate people to collect the recycled items. So we will have the regularly eco station, recycling station weekly nearby in our center. And this is much more powerful than what we say. So we work together and let them know more our center, to understand more what is GG recycling. This is one of the action. And then the next one, we talk about the vegetarian food. The vegetarian food promotion, we all believe that and understand that reducing meat consumption, reducing the meat consumption can have a positive impact on the carbon emission. Because in Hong Kong, I think in Hong Kong now the vegetarian food is become modern and modern, what is called just like fusion. So we promote vegetarian eating with cooking class. It is very natural and simple way to let people learn more about the positive impact, just like the health, and then good impact for the earth from happy class and then happy life. And then we also, just like through the classes, we will tell them like reducing meat like beef can decrease the demand of the livestock and methane emission. Also, we are concerned for for the feeling and the habit, and then we all know that's the humanities for the earth and love animal, because we understand that this is equal. Earth is home to all of us, is equal to the human and the animal. We hope them, and then we hope the visitor, the participant and the student can know more about the love and the vegetarian through the classes, even the cooking classes. This is one of our famous classes, and people need to join the classes by lucky draw, because there's a lot of participants every time. Okay, and next, kind consuming as 10 minutes more, right? So this is another part from Jockey Club. We call other main part for the exhibition center, Jockey Club Eco Co-creation Space. We understand that art is very important in our daily life. Sharing, feeling, discovering, and learn from art can easy to merge in our daily life, especially from the young couple and the student. We also work with different parties to create a eco arts exhibition to promote recycle and love nature. So a fast scan, you can see we have now totally 3 exhibitions. This is changing exhibition. The first one is use the recycled wood for the decoration, and the next one is a model for the carbon reduction model. And then we talk about fashion, and then we talk about the recycled glasses, architecture, and then we also talk about food waste problem in Hong Kong, even for the global. And now we are promoting the ocean pollution, and then you can see the blue photo. Next time, if everyone come to Hong Kong, or later that we can share it out more about the exhibition. And then the next, this is the permanent exhibition, just Brother Kim explained before. And then we have 4 rooms. Maybe I don't repeat it here, because Brother Leung explained a lot in a detail. So we definitely 3 parts of the guidance tour. One is green architecture, and the next one is the a co-creation exhibition, is changing exhibition, and then this one is permanent exhibition. This is inside the center. And then we also have, as mentioned, we have another promotion for the citizen, and this is why we talk. This is new pages, because we are not just saying and not just teaching, and they work together. So we have an environmental tour, and we also have the talks and the veggie cooking classes and the lifestyle workshop, because at the final aim, we want them to take action in their daily life. We approach by a different ways. And this is very famous in Hong Kong, and this is fulfilled all the aspects, and then even a school or a company, and kids to the elderly. Okay, let me show you some video. That's why, okay, this is one of the VG class. Maybe I will fast moving and then have a look. Can you hear any sound? Is it okay? Can you see
Yes,
it?
we can.
Okay. This is one of our cooking class YouTube promotion, because we aim to put it into daily life, and then we want them can cook veggie is in a very simple way, just like the daily cook, and then try to improve their eating habit. And let me make it a little bit faster, because this is comes on Zooming. So we will make some attractive video short movie that put it in the YouTube regularly, and want them to check it weekly, even daily. And this is another, we mentioned, this is one of the talk the day before in a school, just we sharing, we emphasize this is sharing. This is a very fast video just made by iMovie. This is one of the talk we always do it in a school for the sharing with some speakers. All by sharing. So this is a part of our promotion method. And then we also, inside the center, just saying that we have a lot of different kind of programs, just like tour and the recycle activity and an eco market and outbound family activity. We want to approach different kinds of age group to make it the environmental protection in their daily life. So we also have some story can share at this moment. Let me check it. We always talk about environmental and art. You can see that the visitor and the participant is very enjoyable in our art class to talk about how to use the things, how to use the recycled thing and what is give them the second life. We think that through the visual presentation, arts can encourage people to learn about environmental issues. And then this is a very meaningful and very simple and happy life to protect our planet. And then we always talk about recycle, but we have a little bit more, is recycle with love. So we take action to protect our planet. We always say together, work together. So our team and the volunteer will keep promoting recycled knowledge in our society, in our city. This is so proud of us to sharing experience, human to human. And then we can create communities in different age groups. You can see that maybe a little bit, maybe give me a few seconds to explain the corner picture for the two girls. One is me with backside. But in the wintertime, the citizen think that we are so cold to when promoting the recycling knowledge on the street. So they tailor-made the knowledge for us to keep warm. This is a very warm story. So we believe that in Hong Kong, in a high-density city, this is human to human is very useful and the important things better than talk. So we always say recycle with love. And then the new pages we start from this year is we connected with Hong Kong media, the TV program. They appreciate with us to work together. So let me share one TVB news to say about the recycle together with the silver hair elderly. This is one of the TV program. More than 50,000 or 500,000 viewers. Talking about the silver hair elderly, how they enjoy the recycled life. And then this is the word of the brother came to explain the history of the center. And then this is one of the we are promoting in Hong Kong, the silver hair recycling. How to build a community, what is the healthy impact for the society. And then this is volunteer that we talk about is 76 years old. And then this is another view on the society promotion, city promotion. These are volunteer. And then we also talk about we will give them the veggie meal for the volunteer because we want to promoting the vegetarian, which is healthy and happy. Okay, because this is time consuming, so I will go faster. So that's why we work together. We also inspire the media to promote loved planet in Hong Kong together. We think we are the Hong Kong first recycling company to talk about work together with sport. This is and other TVB news and other news on the TV to whole Hong Kong citizen. And then we talk about this sport, how to connect with the nature. This is wild running, because we know that all the people under the earth will feel they will feel the climate change directly. So we think about this is the very good approach after the pandemic period. So this is our booth, promotion booth, and the people we do the recycle and take action on site. And this is our volunteer. volunteer it directly to the TV program for the promotion, and then let the Hong Kong citizen to work together at the same time. Yeah. Beside the promotion, this is the whole program. Take it back to the recycle. This is Brother Cam. And then we do it. We also, not just the promotion, and then we also join the wild running together with our team. So that's why I always say walk together. Besides, we are always concerned to love planet at the beginning. So we have the activity from heart to respect, as we mentioned in the 7 hour, just Brother Kane mentioned 7 hour, the last one, respect. We emphasize love nature, protect the environment. So under the common consensus, we encourage people to walk together outside to feel the planet, to how to know the carbon reduction, to promotion the carbon reduction activity. We want them to feel grateful from the nature, and we respect what we have and then won't destroy it. And then also we think that starts from the earlier stage to learn the environmental protection is very important, because we want the kids and we want the student learn more and then tell their parents and then walk together with their parents, even the adult, even the whole family. So we put a lot of effort for the youth teaching and the promoting. Some of the video sharing. This is our action team to work together. Okay, last 2 slides. Okay, this is our action team to work together to show to show our citizen how lovely in Hong Kong. Don't destroy it. Net pay. It's the mango forest in Hong Kong. This is Brother Kane.
Hong Kong has many beautiful places. We need to learn how to protect the environment and cherish the resource in nature. The TCE is an action team went to the mangrove forest this time to feel the harmonious coexistence of human beings and all things in nature. We will continue to strive to protect the environment, experiences with our hearts,
This is me.
with everyone. Love nature, protect the environment.
Love nature, protect the environment. This is, we want to put it in their life. Respect the nature.
呢度嘅樹林引入咗好多唔同嘅生物，亦都係海參繁殖重要嘅地方，所以我哋成日都會見到好多海參 BB 喺度㗎。 佢哋要各眼拜集體，我哋唔知道點解佢哋要咁做，但係小朋友同大人都好中意望住佢哋。
喺享受大自然之餘，要自備水樽，補充足夠嘅水分。如果用咗膠樽，記住要攞去回收哦，做個 eco-friendly 嘅地球人。
Yes, the eco-friendly human that we want to input their life. And then, okay, this is the cooking card that we will before. Because this is time consuming, it's over around 5 minutes already. So this is thank you for your listening, and then thank you very much, our brother and sister. And this is our sharing up to me. Finish at this moment now.
Kanan, Brother Kam and Sister Karman, all the way from Hong Kong, was sharing with us your recycling center, and for Brother Kam on how sharing with us the setting up of the center, converting what is bad to goodness, and it's a wonderful sharing. And spreading the good message of goodness for all of us to learn. I like, Brother Kam, your point about the Down syndrome workers. You brought up the point of being they're very pure-minded. I quite like that because it reminds us of us who have a mental capability, but we misuse it. So actually, we also need to recycle our own minds to reform ourselves. And Sister Karman, thank you for sharing with us the mindfulness of how the design of the center and being a peaceful place for peaceful minds, especially in a very busy place like Hong Kong for people. And obviously serving vegetarian food, making it so wholesome for everybody there. I think it's a lot of us for us to learn.
Thank you.
Thanks for having the chance for sharing. And to the TCEAC, our Action Center, welcome all our sisters and brothers. If you do have chance, welcome to come here and see it by yourself. And you can feel it by yourself. We are all welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again for the time.
Thank you. All right, so we move on now. We have now I think Sister Su Ching, before we pass on to Sister Florence Chiu, maybe we can take a group photo. And for the rest of us, if we can stay for Sister Florence. So can anyone take a group photo?
Yes, please.
Unfortunately, Brother Joe has left, right?
Yeah. Next week, Brother Joe will come and share again.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if everybody could open up the videos, we have a nice photo to be taken.
I just want to say thank you so much to Brother Kam and Sister Karman. It's such a wonderful sharing, and all the efforts are truly very inspiring. Actually, I have a friend's son in Hong Kong, and I shared it to him, and I said, if this center is around, you do drop by. And then he said, oh yeah, auntie, it happens to be just nearby me. So I say the great space for young people. I've been trying to get him to do some translations and all that, but he always declines. So I hope he steps into the center. It's wonderful. Thank you so much. Wonderful sharing. Thank you so much.
All right, from Hong Kong, we move down to Singapore. We have Sister Florence Chiu is going to share with us about sharing love in Nepal and a way for her to express her love to the Master. Right, she's going to be a heartfelt sharing from Sister Florence. All yours, Sister Florence.
Thank you, Brother Ching. Good morning, brothers, sisters. I'm so glad that I have this opportunity to share my experience in Nepal. And before I do that, I would like to thank Hong Kong brother Leung and Sister Karman for inspiring and sharing their environmental recycling. If given a chance, I would like to visit Hong Kong. Can all of you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. you see, last year, I heard Master was say, Master's desire to transform Domini, Nippon, Domini, and India. So at that time, I was thinking that you are given a chance to go there. It's my blessing, because I must admit that I'm very senior in age. Okay, so that age is just two figure, which shouldn't stop me from doing or giving myself contribution to anywhere where I can contribute. I went to Nepal with 11 brothers sisters on 1st of June, and then we reached Karman on the first night. It was very late, midnight, so we stayed there for over one night, and the next day we were blessed because Brother Nankai arranged for us to visit Karman's temple and so on. Before we took the domestic flight to Domini. So from Domini, when we arrived in Domini, it was way past around midnight, so it was late, and I feel very grateful to the brothers and sisters there, brothers there especially. They were there to meet us, to help us load our luggage into the vehicle, and then send us to the hotel, Aloka Hotel. When we reached Aloka Hotel, it was way past midnight. But one thing I would like to share is that I just have a very calm feeling when I landed in Lumini Airport, because bring myself a very pure mindset, pure positive mindset to go there, because to be honest, I'm not specialized in any demand, okay, medical side, education, and so on. In Singapore, I've joined Singapore Tzu for 12 over years, and all these years, I hold this Shen Huo Fu Tian. That is because I'm a Chinese English educator. I only know how to speak English. Chinese, I don't know. I'm so grateful that at the age of 62, I joined Tzu and give myself a chance. And I'm very grateful to Master for giving me the opportunity to learn Chinese. And I told myself that given the opportunity to learn Chinese, I will do my best to learn and pick up as much as I can. So when I went over to Lumini, I'm so grateful that although the Nepalese language, I don't know anything about Nepalese language. I can't communicate with the local there, but I'm very glad that the local volunteers over there and the staff over there, with their great assistance, they are my translator. They are our translator. In fact, all of us from Singapore who went over there doesn't know Luminese language. So we went over there. They are our translator, and they are so kind, and they are so compassionate to share and then hold our hands to move along, to walk along the path together with them. When I first reached there, I didn't know what I'm supposed to do, but I told myself, wherever there's a vacant place, wherever there's a need for me to, wherever there's a need for Pusa or volunteers, I will step in to learn at the same time to contribute. And I'm so glad that going to Nepal is a great lesson for me. And I feel blessed because Nepal is a Buddha birthplace, which I have long, when I started learning Buddhism from Master around 12 years ago, I was telling myself that how good, how blessed I will be if I get a chance to visit Buddha birthplace. So finally, after 12 over years in Su Ching, I got this great opportunity approved by Singapore CEO team and Taiwan side that I'm able to go there. So when I go there, I do everything, whatever I can. On the first day of our third day, you see, we have a sister from Malaysia. Okay. You see, this is the first site when I reached the next morning on the 3rd of June. When I woke up, walk out of the Aloka Hotel. This is the site that I see. I feel deeply sad and deeply blessed that in Singapore, I have a very small house, okay, protected from winds and rain. Whereas look at this, the nominees here, they stay here, they cook here, and at that time when I went there, it was their summer period. The temperature was very hot, 40 degrees and above. Certain days it went over to 50 degrees. So it's good that we brought along sun block and so on to protect ourselves, and we wear long sleeve long sleeve blue tees. So every day every morning we have to walk, and if there's any activity, we have to walk from the hotel to our so-called office there. That will take approximately 10-15 minutes of walk, you see, along the roadside. And in Lumini, what you can see is the whole area is so dry and dusty. And there are lots of, we call golden ground. You know why I call golden floor, golden ground? Because there are a lot of cow shit, goat shit, and so on. And one have to be very careful because there are holes here and there also. So while we are walking, we have to be open our eyes. We have to walk. Unlike in people in Singapore here, you can see a lot of youngsters, a lot of people walking, browsing their handphone, all that. Over there, we don't do that. And it's not advisable for us to do that. Anytime if we're not careful, we may walk into the hole, see, or walk onto the cow dance and so on. So over there, the first day on the 3rd morning, we went over to the office because it was their charity day. So they have a home visit. So this is one of the office toilets at the lower floor. You see, total there are 1, 2, 3, 4 toilets around. If I'm not wrong, there are 4 toilets, and this is a squatting toilet. This is a squatting toilet. So I will go there and wash up and clean the toilet because this is my home, our home. In Su Ching, everywhere we go, Su Ching homes are also our homes. So we should love and take care of it. So from there, I do it. And at the same time, I train and guide the local volunteer there how to do it. Here you see me, I'm at the upper floor there, washing the Buddha ceremony tablecloth. You see, the table spread, because last year they have the Buddha ceremony in India. You see, in Karman 2, in Karman 2. So all the tablecloth are not washed. So when I went there with 2 or 3 sisters from Singapore side, we wash out all these tablecloth, and then we hang out just on a piece of string along at the rooftop to hang it to dry it. And it was so windy, so we need crook pad to clip it so that it won't be fly off, flew away. And because of the hot sun, outside is so hot. So this is the outside was so very hot. So when we go to Lumini, Aloka Hotel, I help out to do marketing, to go and buy vegetable with sister. The third from my left is sister from Johor side. So she was the one doing all marketing and so on. So I follow her. So I follow her. We follow her. And after buying whatever vegetables, doing the marketing and so on, we'll bring back to the hotel, and then we'll cut it, wash it, cut it into cut it, and after cutting it, we'll tell the cook. She will tell the cook how to combine this food, okay, these ingredients to cook into a dish. Because down there, every morning, every day, in fact, every lunch and dinner time, we will see at least 1 to 2 dishes of Luminis food, Nepalese food. And it is great. I feel great and I feel happy that because in Singapore, I love to take Indian food, Indian vegetarian food. So when I go there, I don't have problem with the food at all. The only differences in Singapore and there is that we do not have a lot of varieties of vegetables that we used to see here in Singapore or in Malaysia. You see, they have limitations. And here we have teachers associations, ceremony sharing and training going on. So this is the space where I'm standing here with the restaurant's assistant. You see, they are the one to do it. So you see at the right hand side, right towards the right corner there, there's a plate of tray of mango. So they didn't they didn't know how to decorate the mango. They just dump everything in. So I shared with them and taught them in Su Ching, we have we have the Leung one, so we have to arrange it nicely. So that's how I arrange it and show them this is a way that we can do it. And it could be, we will be able to do it much better, you see. But because of the plate, it's a very limited size of the plate. So we just do whatever we can and make good use of whatever utensil, equipment that we have available there. You see. So this one, this one was a buffet lunch catered by the restaurant. You see, catered by the restaurant. It's a very simple buffet vegetarian lunch, but the local, the volunteers and the staff there, they are really delighted and with the vegetarian food. They enjoy the vegetarian food. You know, some of them when I go there, they are asking me, Suku, how young are you? How old are you? I say, you may guess at my age. They told me, say, I'm 55, I'm 60. So I told them, say, I'm so glad that you're, but I told them, share with them that I'm already 73. They were delighted. They were so delighted that how come I'm still strong, I'm still so healthy, and my energy is still so good. Because I told them, say, I've been on vegetarian diet for the past 30 to 40 years. They asked me, is it because of Su Ching, because of Buddhism, that's why you take up vegetarian diet? I said, no. Since young, I love my body and I want to be healthy. So I love vegetables. So I go on vegetarians on my own to become more healthier. And on top of that, I'm a very active outdoor person. During my young days, I used to go hiking, mountain climbing, and so on. So maybe that's one of the reasons why I maintain my health in this way. So I hope everybody can take good care of your own body and stay healthy. This is our very first Lumini study group. It was held in a primary school. So we went there. We took the other two sisters. We take charge of doing the decorations, and then we take charge of doing the layout of the table and cleaning up the stools and so on, because the stools and so on was very dusty, because the whole area, the whole ground, it is muddy. But it's a blessing that during summertime, no rain, so it's dry, so not so bad. So it's just dusty. So we just take a piece of damp cloth, and then we wipe up the stools and so on. And this is the one that in Lumini, I noticed they have a lot of university graduates. There's no job for them. So what they do is that there's this one of these days we went to visit this village. And in this village, there was a young compassionate guy who give tuition to the village children twice per day, once in the morning and once in the evening. The evening one are the lower primary school students. The morning one is the higher one. And then when we go there, we ask them, hey, how come this room got no table, no chair? And this room was spared to them for him to do the teaching and the tuition for the children there. So you know what the children do? They sit on the floor with their books and they write. When they write, they also sit on the floor to write. And their pen and pencil is so short. It's so short that they are still using it. So we distribute books, pen, pencil, and bags to them. They were so happy. You see, they are so proud and so happy to show us all these books. So we also teach them. This is the place where we go before the study group commence. We went to the village, house to house, to invite the villager to join us on the study group day. And the one in the center wearing a blue t-shirt is blue t-shirt and black pants. He is Brother Muti. He's the principal of the primary school, which we are going to hold the study group there. So he is staying in the village. So he brought us around the village. So whichever house we go, I was holding a bag of Master Jingsi Aphonism. So we asked them to pick up one Jingsi Aphonism. And the Jingsi Aphonism inside got Nepalese language and English language. So the Nepalese language, the Nepalese, the locals, they are able to read, but the English one, they just don't know how to read. So I will read to them, and then the local young volunteers will help to explain to them the meaning of the aphonism. You see the one in yellow shirt and red pants, that one is one of the local volunteers. So he haven't joined Su Ching yet. So I invited him to come in, join our volunteerism in Lumini. I told him that we need a lot of people like him and his friends. So encourage him to bring his friends along so that we can help to improve and help the villagers to learn more about Su Ching and to understand more about Master's concept and so on. And this is outside one of the brothers, Kumar. Brother Krishna, sorry, Brother Krishna is squatting right in front next to Brother Muti. You see, this is his house. The very morning when we wanted to hold the study group, we went over to his home very early in the morning at 5:30 a.m. Okay, and we went there. His wife, his mom, his sister, every neighbors came over. The brothers all help out, giving a hand, and we learn how to. We meet the Indian Muti. You see, this is the Indian Pudi. Puri, this Indian Pudi I have had in Singapore, but I have never learned how to do it. And that's where I see, and I have to sit on a very low stool to do it. And I find that you see, they have been doing it. This is their lifestyle. They have been doing it, and they don't find the leg tired and so on. But for me, after some time, I have to change my leg, change my left and the right leg to side. This squatting. So down there we do it, and the morning we did 600 pieces of puri, and 600 pieces of puri, and brother Krishna brothers, elder brother cooked a big pot of curry behind the yard. You see, and you can see that we have 600 pieces of puri plus a pot of curry, where the sisters beside me on my left side is holding it. That is a pot of curry. So we went over to the site for the study group. You see, this is the one that we puri. After that, making it, we bring over to the kitchen area where we deep fry them. You see, and after deep fry them, we will take it out and then put it onto a tray. You see, and I was very glad. This is a puri that we do, and then you see, we put in a bowl at the side. This is a sample that we put it for the local volunteers there to see how we present it. We have a piece of banana and then 3 pieces of puri and a curry there. So this is a very simple meal, but can look at from the faces of the villagers. They were so happy and they enjoy it. You see, they will queue up, and then we will serve them with the puri, curry, and the bananas. You see? And most of these villagers, I understand the villagers, ladies there, when they're 50 and above, most of them don't come out to work, go out to work. They just stay home. Then I encourage them to come out and join volunteerism, like myself, like that. And they asked me, how old am I? I share with them, and they were so surprised. At my age, I come all the way from Singapore to Domini there to, you see, to do volunteerism work and then to share with them. And I told them that this is a way of gratitude that I'm paying back to Master, because I love Master a lot. I don't want to just use my mouth to say, oh, Master, I love you, but no action taken. So when I say I love you, I must do something to show that I love Master. So this Master wants to transform this piece of land. Okay, this is a small little part of my site where I can contribute. I would like to contribute, and I vow when I was there, I vow that I want to go back to Lumini again next year. So after, you see, when we are there at the time, you look, this is my last day on the 27th of June. We were leaving Lumini for Kamantu, and then back to Malaysia, and then back to Singapore. So we went to the office to bid the Buddha farewell. And holding my hand is Sister Esther. She is from KL. You see, she's in the education group. And I'm so glad. I love everybody. This is a great love that I would like to, not only to give to nominees, but I would like to give to every city people, city volunteer, not only city volunteer, all outside all the sentinels. Because I tell myself I want to follow, although I joined city late, but that doesn't stop me from spreading my love, giving my love to people, whoever comes into my life. Because I would like to follow Master's footpath. Okay. Master have walked for 50 over years, but for me, this is just a beginning only. So I will seize the opportunity, seize the present, right now, only for now, for future also. And I vow that I want to come back to this South State, okay, to continue contributing. And this is the baby. You see, when the mother go and attend classes, the babies, we have to carry the baby, we have to babysit the babies. And the babies, they are so cute. They are not shy of volunteer. They are not shy of stranger. Anybody carry them, they just let them carry. And we hug them, we tell them we love them. Although they don't understand, we tell them I love you. But I believe I have already planted a good seed into him or into her. So that next time when he or she grow up, she will become a volunteer like me. Okay. So the sister standing next to me, she at that time she was waiting for her new job. So she went there for 2 months. And after my 27 days there, she asked me, sis, can you extend 1 month? I said, I wish to, but because I got hearing impair, I need my hearing aids. And while I was there, it just as we are in the spa from morning till night. So the sweat flow from the head to the toes. So my hearing aids become malfunction. So I need to come back to Singapore to check my hearing aids. Right now, one of my hearing aids still in the I would call hospital because I sent for repair. So it's not done yet. But yesterday I received a message that it was done, so I'm going to collect it back, and so that I can hear better. Sometimes this is my sharing here. I not only went over to Lumini. Given a chance, I will go over to I have been to Sri Lanka, been to Laos for mission work. You see, so given a chance, I will still move. As long as I can walk, I can sleep well, I can breathe, my hands are still movable, I will still continue walking forward through the path. Thank you so much for the sharing.
Sister Florence, for the wonderful heartfelt sharing. I'm not sure where the sound is coming from.
You can't hear me, brother?
No, not from you. I think it's just a Su Ching, I think, is coming from our side. Okay, so now, Sister Florence, thank Karman so much. It's a wonderful sharing. I can learn a few things. You know, I like your part when you mentioned about, when you went there, there were cow dunks and a goat shit all over. And you know, it reminds me of we take things for granted, of course, right? Because the condition we are in, and you brought up a point about because to be so mindful when we walk the path, and and I think that reminds me about having the presence of the mind in our cultivation. And you give us the inspiration for having a healthy body at your age. So I'm going to look at you very well. I'm going to take you as my guide, as my vessel of practice. So we have actually a question. Sister Su Ching, you put your hands up. Anybody, any questions to Sister Florence? You have a little bit of time.
In
Okay.
fact, I will encourage more volunteers, whether from Singapore or from Malaysia, to go to Lumini or India, because right now India and Lumini are running parallel. Okay, let's fulfill master wish. Okay,
yeah.
As a disciple, I think we should be doing that.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, we should be doing that.
I understand, Sister Florence, that there are a lot of volunteers who registered, at least
but
from
we have
Malaysia.
a lot of them are working class. They can't go too long.
I personally myself, not with Su Ching, but I've been there in Lumbini twice. I've been to Port Gaya twice as well, and I've been around to on the trail. And and certainly with the fact that we have a good body, our good body is meant to benefit others, as you've been teaching us from this sharing of yours. And the part is, they are so warm in sharing the making of puri, right? And that reminds me that we need to share what we know. And because that sharing part of it, it brings our hearts together.
Yes.
And unite all of us. And obviously what is really heartfelt when we mentioned that is your expression of love to Master. Now, and I remember in 2017, and that was the first time I had the opportunity to meet up with Master. And that time I was only a donor to one of the Su Ching members. And so I went on a trip to Hualien. That was the first time. And they were about maybe about less than 20 of us in the room. And obviously, quite rightly, you would say that all of them went around the table and expressing the love to Master. And you know what was Master's response? And exactly what you said. Master said, if you love me, then you love the people whom I love.
Yes, correct. That's why we have to learn to follow a footpath.
Absolutely right. So there's a lot of great sharing and learning from there. Any questions from anybody? Okay.
No question, but we would just like to express our deepest gratitude and love to Sister Florence for inspiring us with your exemplary actions, exemplary thinking, and exemplary in everything. Really can't Sister Florence.
And
祝福你 your vow will come true next year. 祝福。
I hope to meet you all in Lumini, not in Malaysia, but in Lumini. Because I have met a number of brothers, sisters in Lumini, and I learned a lot.
I think today we also have Sister Grace Tan from Singapore who just came back from Lumbini. Maybe Sister Grace Tan want to say hello to all of us here on this platform.
Yes,
Sister
hello,
Grace Tan.
brother, sister. So
Sister
nice.
Grace Tan is,
But
hi, Sister Grace. I was supposed to go with Sister Grace recently, but due to some health issues, the conditions were not right. So Sister Grace, hello.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
May you in good health, Sister Grace.
Yeah, thank you.
Bless you in good health.
Yes, thank you. That's express our my concern to Sister Stephanie and Sister Jessica. We're supposed to be in a team of 5. This time round, we actually went 3 of us, and the same thing as though that I'm the single Singaporean there, but because we are all Tzu Chi Ren, so I already received so much warmth from our counterparts, our Sư兄Sư姐from Malaysia, all parts of Malaysia. I met those people, Sư兄Sư姐from Malacca, from Penang, and from KL. And definitely in Tzu Chi, what we do is we are in a team. All right, though that the conditions of the environment wasn't very pleasant. I mean, out of our expectation has, I think all of us know that in KL, in Malaysia, in Singapore, we are blessed to have a more a conducive environment. But when you see the people, the student in their classroom, you'll feel that, oh, is that the way? And then is there any way we can do a little help to improve their learning? Because we all know our master said 敬教, right? So the environment actually teach us a lot of things. So if we are able to work along with them, to their on their path, on their path, and then we can, let our 敬师 aphorism grow on well over the Lumbini, right? I think I'm not prepared to speak so much. Yeah, hand over to the MC. Thank you.
It's sorry, 8:45 now. So that's the end of the session. So Sister Lily, are you taking back the session? Okay. All right. If not, we will offer our 3 bows.
Yeah.
To the Buddha, or is the Dharma and the Sangha. Okay, with the first bow, second bow, and the third bow. We also offer our bow to the Abode Masters. Okay, brothers and sisters, thank you so much for this session. It's been a long session and filled with all wonderful sharing, and we hope to see you again next week. All right, Kanan, everybody, thank you so much.
And then everybody, Brother Chin. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, see you around.
Have a nice weekend. Take good care of your health.
Hey guys, Sister Florence for the awesome sharing. Okay, everyone, take care. Stay safe.
Take care. Bye-bye.